Patch 34 is upon us, and while it lacks a huge amount of content, we did get a couple new features and a glimpse at the new hero. But before all that, let's take a look at some of the skins. Firstly, they've updated the Doomsday Steel skin as they felt it didn't live up to the glory of the tier 3 Undertow Gideon skin. So I'm glad they've added some better visual effects, as I felt this skin was pretty bad compared to the Gideon one. We've got a tier 2 Grux Pelt Chimera skin, which is literally just Chimera wearing Grux, and then a tier 1 Arctic Frost Decker skin. The first new feature is a death cam, which will give you the ability to watch yourself die again and again and again, but hopefully you'll be able to learn something from watching yourself get wrecked. It's worth noting that you can disable the death cam, or you could just not die, I guess. The second new feature is being able to see the draft lobby in the replay. This is mainly for tournaments like Agora Rising, where it's useful for the audience to see draft picks, and you can actually learn a lot from seeing how a competitive team drafts. There has also been some onboarding update with a warning ring that will assist new players in understanding tower aggro, basically just a way of telling them when it's safe to hit the tower and when it's not, and hopefully this prevents a lot of those people just running straight into towers, like the Murdoch right here. The lack of content in this patch really points to the fact that they are ramping up development for Monolith. I wouldn't expect any balance changes unless a hero happens to be incredibly broken. The rest of the changes are more bug fixing and polishing, as well as PS4 Pro support. They reduced the Ore Prime knockback magnitude, which is a good and noticeable change. What would often happen is if you were tanking the Ore Prime and you were really close to it, it would use a knockback to push you away every so often, but you would end up a lot further than you should, and the aggro would switch to maybe your ally, and this led to some annoying occurrences, so I'm glad that this has been addressed. The weekly card pack contains Alpha Barrier, Minor Kinetic and Radiant Mantle. I recommend you picking up this card if you don't have Radiant Mantle, especially because there was a bug which meant it didn't drop for anyone, as well as Alpha Barrier. Some bug fixes that are worth noting is that Murdoch would take incredibly long to leave his ultimate animation after he fired, almost like a really long reload. Well, that was a bug, so it's been fixed. Kong's sword no longer has a health bar when placed in the world, so you can't see if he has his ultimate or not, an interesting change, and Grux no longer retains momentum when charging off a ledge. Oh, and Rampage is no longer bounced into the air after using his ultimate if he overlaps enemy minions. And before I go, let's take a look at a single image for the new hero. Let me know what you think this hero is, what type of hero is it, and what kind of abilities does it have, because I have absolutely no clue. I hope you enjoyed this video. There was hardly any content to cover, so hopefully in the future these videos will be longer. Until next time guys, peace.